Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Danette and I'm going to be talking to you guys about books. I really like to read and talk about the books that I read, but I have nobody to talk to about that, so why not take all that pent up energy and put it into YouTube? On this channel I'm going to be talking about books that I've read and review them, while also trying to see who these kind of books cater to and stuff like that, and get really in depth with them. So I think that we should just get started on our first book, shall we? The first book that we're going to be talking about is Cell by Stephen King. I read this book not too long ago, so it's kind of still fresh in my memory. This book is basically about a male artist named Clayton Rydell. Just walking in the city when all of a sudden cars pileups started happening in the streets, explosions in the background were occurring, and people were just running around like maniacs. And it was later revealed that cell phones were actually sending some type of radio signal through them when you made a call that would completely wipe out your brain. And I'm not just talking about memories and stuff like that, like completely wipe out your brain and strip it to its core, which is animalistic instincts. So these phoners, as King liked to call them, were just running around killing people. And this was in a time period in the early 2000s where cell phones were like just becoming a thing, so really only young people owned cell phones, and it wasn't really a rare occurrence that somebody didn't have a cell phone. Now, first thing that I do want to talk about when it comes to this book is the positives, because there are so many positives. First of all, it has amazing characters. They're very empathetic, very sympathetic. They care for others, even at a time where it doesn't really seem like it's possible to care for others. They're extremely smart and can connect concepts so quickly, and King explains those complicated concepts so nicely. And this book surprisingly had a lot of action, and it's not even the type of action where you would see in cliche zombie movies where people go walking around in the midday killing left and right zombies. More like of an explosion of action. It was very quick but very intense. The plot was nothing less than absolutely creative. You can tell that months, maybe even years of planning went into this plot. Like, that's how complex and detailed it is. On to the negative parts of this book. I did not like the ending. I've only read 2 Stephen King novels, and neither of them have I liked the ending. Although it is a bunch of creative ideas mashed together and executed amazingly, they're just a bunch of theories at the end of the day. Nothing is ever a fact in this book, and that's what kind of makes me mad, because just a bunch of questions with no answers, just possibilities. And I'm gonna say this without spoilers, but at the very end, there is a very intense scene, but nobody knows how it ended because King just simply didn't write it. And the last point that I'm going to make is there's no romance. Now I know, before you guys say anything, Stephen King is not the type for romance, and I completely understand that, but I'm just saying that for my romance lovers, because personally, I am a romance lover. Although I can live without it, I really enjoy romance. So if you like dystopian romances, this is sadly not your book. Although there was many chances where King could have at least added some flirting, but did not. So in conclusion, I honestly think the positives outweigh the negatives by a ton. It is an amazing plot with creative ideas and a bunch of twists and turns. Everything in this book is so unexpected, but it makes sense. This book is like the epitome of the phrase, it's about the journey, not the destination kind of thing. Because that's exactly what it is. There is no destination because King doesn't write about it. It's only the journey. I think I would probably rate this book like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It is amazing and it is up there, but not quite there. I would really recommend this book to anyone who likes sci-fi but with a hint of realism in it. Anyone who loves books with a lot of plot twists. Now, this is not for my romance lovers or fantasy lovers or anything along those lines. I think I would describe this book as a very aggressive book. So if any of that fits you, Cell by Stephen King is your book. I think that's all the talking and reviewing that I'm going to be doing today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully there are many more to come.